So next is a rollup function. So our goal is to monitor network inbound traffic on the hosts. And it's the same. We have a clear query structure. The first one is the namespace, which is the metrics, and we will search for NATE data set and find out the inbound the data bytes for each host. So let's just try to run this DQL. So let's just run the DQL without this rollup rate function. Maybe I can try to from the chart, from the dashboard, which will more clear to show how's it different by using rollup rate or not. So from the dashboard chart, we can directly copy the queries into the DQL execution part and remove this function first. Then we execute, right? So you can see this monitoring data is just go up, right? It cannot really clear to display the real inbound bytes in time series. So I will put the rate here, so you can see, yeah, it will give us the change is more clear with this rollup rate functions. So next is about using arithmetic. So the goal is to calculate the top network traffic on the host, right? So we have the namespace, DSO, and this is different. So we will do using arithmetic on two metrics to give the total in out bound bits and give the and also we give the alias name here. So let's just try to run here. Yeah, so it's give us the result, and even we can give the unit. So it should be the KB. Okay, it's give us the result. So how's our network traffic by each host, and even we can do host here and set the alias. Give the host. Okay, it will return and give the host names here, so it will help us and more clear to understand the network traffic on each host. Yeah, so our next scenario is count error from the log. So as you can see from the query structure is quite clear. The first is we use the AL, which means we search for logs data, and we use the default index, right? And then the data source we we use the regex to search all logs data, and then we filter out those logs just only with the arrow and count these arrows the logs in from last 30 minutes to last 5 minutes and by group by the service. Let's just try to run these queries in our platform to see what's the result here. So we search. Yeah, so it's a return us these logs that has arrows data. So next is the subqueries in data source. So we can see from the query structure, we still search from the logs. And in highlight part, as I just show you, so this is a subquery. This query result will be treated as a data source. So we search for logs still um, with data with status is an arrow in last 1 hour group by the source, and then we will count distinct for the source. That means we the queries mean we try to identify the log source that have arrow status within past 1 hour, not 5 minutes. It's 1 hour. So let's run this query to see what's the result. Yeah, so that means there are five logs source happens error. So the last is where in subquery. So from the query structure, we still search for logs, search for all log source. And the difference is here. So in where clause, we have the subquery to try to first query out from T means the trees to search out all tracing that have execution errors and return the service. And then we will use this server list to do further filter out from the logs part to search the log with status equal to error and service equal to the server list returned by this subscript. Yeah. So basically we do the correlation analyze. So analyze the log status for those APM service with execution error, right? So we just try to run from the log execution windows. Yeah, so that means there is no errors can be carried out. There is no problems for our application right now. Yeah. Okay, so that is pretty much I want to introduce today, and I hope this session will help you to better understand the DQL query language. Thank you.